The smell of food and music was...
It's entwined though, they're the love languages.
It's an intoxic mix.
Once I came in and I met both of them, had the turntable on the floor. You had to make it back up, put it back up, and they get a quarters for that.
But that didn't deter us.
No.
We were young, very young, and hard of hearing. Lessons weren't learned.
That's just the drive for music though. That's creativity. When did you first start playing records?
Since back home,
What year would that have been?
since I was 7 and 8.
Was it
In the 1940s or 1930s?
Yeah.
30s? Was it great aunt? For me, it would be my great auntie Maria Scott.
Maria Scott is my aunt, my mother's sister.
What did you used to do for her?
They had a big gramophone. They come from America with it. And my father had a small one like that. And my grandmother had his master's voice, the one with the funnel. So I used to be looking after these 3 gramophones. And when they have friends, my aunt used to call me to come and play the gramophone.
See, their granddad was the first DJ in the family.
But I didn't know I was DJing. I
First
thought I
DJ.
was only playing the gramophone.
I've only ever seen my dad cook a boiled egg when we were growing up.
I abstain. I'm not a cook.
Not a cook.
Didn't need to cook. I had a wonderful, caring, loving mother who cooked.
Grandmum boy.
I had 3 sisters who could cook. And I've got 2 sons who can cook. Why would I need to cook? And my dad, to boot, could cook as well.
Well, look at that.
Too many cooks spoil the broth, as the saying goes.
Some people didn't even know how good the granddad was of a baker until Grandmum, bless her, passed. Because
Yeah.
the bakes still roll out to this day.
Yeah. The culture lives on because my father is not only a cook, he's a baker as well. Knows how to season food properly. And that bypassed my generation. It went straight to Russell and my other son, Mark. They're quite handy in the kitchen. They never said no to any food. The smell of food and music was...
It's entwined though, they're the love languages.
It's an intoxic mix.
I remember talking about music at school and people looking at me like I was a weirdo and not understanding why I was doing what we were doing on the weekends. When I told people my dad had a party and I was out, we'd been in the record shop all weekend, or my dad worked for a label, no one understood it because music wasn't like, it wasn't mainstream then. But looking back on getting free music all of the time, never having to buy CDs, always having the latest stuff. I remember the time, I think he did a collaboration with Levi's. I think it was 2000. You did some sort of collaboration where you were playing for them or whatnot, and they sent you this box to the house. And you being you were like, nah, none of that's for me. But
Can't remember.
I had this whole box of clothes, all of this beautiful new season stuff that no one had, that they sent to you, and because I was your son and you didn't like it, I got to rock it. So yeah, it was a blessing. Definitely was a blessing. It's funny hearing stories about granddad and our ancestors back home, because where you come into the timeline of your family is only where you're born, so understanding that this stuff had been going on. There's recordings of our great-great-grandparents playing the big drum at home, and my granddad's got all of the vinyl still. So this thing with vinyl, you being a collector, I'm a digital kid, so it's different, but that connection to music is so deep and profound with us.
Well, it wouldn't have happened really if Mum and Dad weren't as liberally minded. Otherwise, it just couldn't happen. You know, Mum and Dad, particularly Dad, when it came to music, always encouraged me, always backed me. Good Times has formed a lifelong relationship I know this because I play to 2 generations, sometimes 3 generations of families, you know. Blokes, you know.
Don't you think that that is part of our legacy?
Yeah, that is our legacy, showing people how to enjoy themselves the right way. It's understanding people and making connections with people.